has the effect on large families. Or senior citizens who are, I can only speak from my mom, taking care of my mom. I washed a lot of bedclothes my wash machine was like overtime. So my point being is, there's an insight you got to think about if you're really getting the result that you want. And maybe the better answer is a daily fixed cost. Now, businesses like to have everything fixed, so you can't change your behavior and impact their revenues. So that's human resources. But you look at that. So you take that out. You back out trash. You back out stormwater management fee, right? So you back out all those things out of the big budget. All that comes out. And you say, oh, now you back out the TIF that still exists. There's only one TIF that still exists today. That's Town Center. You back that out. Then you back out all the trustee accounts that we have. You got to back all those out. And then you get to the unrestricted, really general fund. And then you have the council doing the giveaways, private, like public charity with private taxpayers' money, and deciding what groups, whether it's football teams getting $25,000 or different things, and all that's great. But is that the highest priority? I don't know. But these are, just like at your home, these are choices. And all I do know is, if the government spending is growing faster than people's incomes, they're making a conscious choice telling you that you have to lower your standard of living and make hard choices because we haven't made any hard choices. Not, at least certainly not the same intensity as your hard choice. So that's the metric by which you can make things all simple, but it's all a matter of choice. So don't ask me, do I want recycling? And say, well, if you want it, you've got to pay more. I want to say, ask me the things that I think you really should be funding, and then if you can fund those things, great, but I'm not willing to pay for these other things that you think we need, but I don't want to buy, but because it's for a special interest or whatever it is. And those are choices. Do we need, can I close on this one last point? Has anybody watched the show, YouTube, Tom Bilyeu? It's called Impact Theory. It's a YouTube. The guy's really brilliant, but he has really brilliant guests on his show, and they're like hours, sometimes 2 hours long. That's why I'm working. My wife gives me these honeydews now that I'm retired. So while I'm working, I got the TV on, chatting, right? I'm doing my folding, vacuuming, whatever she's got me doing that day. But anyway, he was talking about artificial intelligence and the transformational nature of that on everything we do. And he talked about education. And they are now delivering these laptops in third world countries that can tell when the student is actually got their eyes on the instruction. But the AI tools are so smart that the AI things can adapt. These large language model things that they do, these algorithms, can adapt to that particular person's, the way they learn. It's visual or reading. And the whole idea of customization of education, that everyone's going to be able to have their own one-on-one instruction. How transformational is that? So if you're looking at would you go out and spend $714 million of 20-year debt that actually going to cost you probably $1.5 billion at today's market rates to replicate a legacy infrastructure without really assessing what the transformational technologies are going to change? Because it may be everybody's homeschooled, or maybe how it's done is changed. But I think that and why are we looking at what's already happening? Businesses are adopting it and adopting that in city businesses to reduce labor costs. Capital substitution for labor is what advancement is all about. So these are things that you would expect a $2.5 billion business to be thinking about, but when you can confiscate revenue, you aren't feeling the same pressures for innovation and disruption of how you do things, because why? You're not competing. You're confiscating. You're not earning. you're coercively extracting payments. I know they don't like to talk like that, but that's what taxes are, the explicit exercise of the state's ability, and if you don't pay it, they come out with the sheriff's department, they take the property. So it is our business, we are stockholders, and those are the choices. I probably went a little long, but I think you've got to think about these things in a different mindset. You are a demanding customer, and you deserve a return on your investment. We have a great city. Let's make no, I mean, I've traveled around the country. You'd be hard-pressed to find a nicer community. But if you don't do some things differently, this is going to be a community which increasingly fewer people can even afford to live here. And government is part of that reason why it's not affordable. There are reasons why rents go up. There are reasons why insurance rates go up. So there are things we need to think about. Is we can price ourselves out of business. And that's what we have, and we can't let the cost of government do that to us.
Okay. All right, could you do me a favor and hold us up?
Oh, yes.
So we can make an announcement.
Ooh,
okay.
This is beautiful.
All right. All right.
I got a big fan. I can
Betsy
hold-
Ross.
I can
You
do
can
the
hold the whole thing because he's big, okay? So. All right.
Did you make
so,
this, Leslie?
Nope. Leslie's friend commissioned these to be made,
Betsy
and
Ross.
we're raffling them off for $10 a raffle ticket. And we're going to draw that raffle at our annual Christmas party on December 14th. And you don't have to be there to win it. You put your name on the ticket and everything, and we'll call you if you win. Okay? So this helps us put on our events every year. So it helps us raise money. So if anybody would be interested, see Leslie, and she's selling those tickets right over there. All right? It says handmade. It's beautiful. And the pillow and the flag go together.
All right.
All right.
Very nice.
When both
It's a
of them
bargain.
together, you're not raffling them off at
No, not raffling separately, together. $10.
Put your head on the pillow
Handmade.
and wrap up in the. There you go.
All right.
Very nice. Thank you. Commissioning it. That's beautiful.
All right, let's see. We don't have any candidates here, do we? Nope. All right. Anybody else have any announcements?
You want to announce the election in January?
Oh, if you live in City Council District 1, early voting has already started. The actual vote day, I think, is January 9th. And there's 3 candidates running for that. Teresa Gladney, what's the other one? Somebody, Napier or something like that? John Napier. And then David Hutchinson. Those are the 3 candidates that are running. You can look them up on VPAP. If you get our newsletter, I have a link to all 3 of their websites so you can find out about them. There's also a link in our newsletter to whether or not you're in District 1. If you don't know if you're in District 1 or not, you can go to that link, put in your address, and it'll let you know.
Early voting started last Wednesday.
Yes. Early voting already started. And it's only at the Municipal Center. So if we don't have anything else, can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All right.
Second.
Second? Mark? Okay, we are adjourned.